There have been rumors that the Nazis, after World War II, fled to Antarctica, went under the ice with their subs, and started building bases and things. Did you see anything like that while you were there?
Well, that's the New Schwabenland region of East Antarctica, which is basically directly below South Africa, which, of course, during World War II was a fascist country itself.
Sure.
And we're supporting the Nazis going down there. George, when I was looking at maps of Antarctica before my trip, I came across some Cold War era maps, and the Nazis never left. They still had West German bases in New Schwabenland.
Wow.
Yeah, including this region called the Conan Base, which I found was the most fascinating and perhaps the best evidence for some kind of craft under the ice.
Yeah, tell me about that base. How big is it?
It's inland. It's only seasonal. So right now, it's mid-April. Everybody's getting out of Antarctica for the season. There's only a skeleton crew on the remaining bases. Only 1,000 people on the whole continent. The fifth largest continent of the world, only 1,000 people there. And Conan is one of those seasonal bases. So they have already left and gone to the Neumayer base, which is the other German base, which is in New Schwabenland. And so the Conan base in 2013.
And when you say Conan base, I'm expecting equipment and buildings and things. Is that what's there?
Well, according to the Antarctic Treaty, you can't leave anything there permanently. So everything is always in a temporary state. And oftentimes in these seasonal bases, they'll just pull everything out. So it'll look like hardly anything's there if they're not doing any research between seasons. And if you went to Google Earth right now, you would just see what look like circus tent poles popping up that presumably are hoisting up a giant tarp, covering up what could be something very interesting under the ice.
I'm going to take a look at some pictures with you on this base, and you kind of describe what we're looking at here.
Sure.
Let's look at our first picture. What is this?
Well, this is what it would look like. These would be those tent poles holding up like a circus tent, as best as I could describe it.
All right, now, Brad, here's our second picture. What are we looking at here?
Well, it was clearly some kind of excavation on the top there because all the snow and ice has been perturbed. You can also see just a little off the picture there is a landing strip and then a route which looks like snowmobile tracks coming down to this area where they're doing some excavation and some work.
How big is this area we're looking at?
Well, this would be about a mile or so across. I understand the craft that you see on the bottom there is about half a mile long. So there's something down there that is not symmetrical or in such a way that it looks like it's fabricated.
And you're saying when you say there's something down there, you mean under the ice?
That's correct, because when they covered it up, it's just the tent poles that you can see on Google Earth today. But this is, if you go up in the Wayback Machine, this is what you would see in 2013.
How thick is this ice here, Brad?
This is on top of the polar plateau, which is 2 miles thick.
Oh, geez, huge.
Yeah. And then when you consider that Antarctica is the most actively volcanic continent in the world, you have the propensity for these large cavities to be below the ice.
All right, and here's our next picture, which...
Yeah, it gives you an idea of not only the size of this thing, but the symmetry involved, how all the spines of it are exactly the same on both sides. Nature doesn't create symmetry like that, George. And then you see some tracks off on both sides that people were cruising around on snowmobiles, presumably. And this is on these Cold War maps as well. This Conan base has been there at least since the 1980s.
Who built it?
Well, it's unknown who built it, but who's been researching it have been the Germans.
Is anybody allowed to go there?
I don't think
Any
so.
country?
You'd need some kind of permission through the German government because it is their base.
So they're controlling it.
Yeah, and each base is kind of like an embassy is, that they're controlled by the country of origin, so you'd need permission through that country.
Why the fascination with Antarctica, Brad?
Well, it's kind of the final frontier, George. And as far as I know, I'm the only researcher in this field who's actually been down there to investigate some of these great mysteries. And it's chock full of mysteries. So many lost civilizations we've heard of, from pyramids poking through the ice to antediluvian civilization to these giant craft being down there. I just kind of wanted to try to get to the bottom of these things and see if anybody knew some of this information.